The Kansas City Chiefs were chasing history, on the verge of becoming the first team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. But instead, they ran into a wall. A crushing 40-22 defeat to the Philadelphia Eagles exposed cracks in a team that had seemed nearly unstoppable. So, what went wrong? And where do the Chiefs go from here? Let's break it all down. This was supposed to be another step toward greatness for Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid's Chiefs. But from the moment the game kicked off, things started spiraling out of control. By halftime, the Eagles had a commanding 24-0 lead, leaving Kansas City stunned. Touchdowns from Jalen Hurts, Cooper DeJean, and A.J. Brown put the Chiefs in a hole they simply couldn't climb out of. Travis Kelce, the heart and soul of the Chiefs' offense, had a quiet night by his standards, just 4 catches for 39 yards. But his words after the game said it all: "We couldn't find the spark." Turnovers, penalties, dropped passes, it all added up. Kelce admitted the offense struggled at every level, a rare admission from one of the league's most confident players. The problems weren't just on offense. Defensively, the Chiefs had no answer for Jalen Hurts, who picked them apart with both his arm and his legs. Kansas City's defense, which had been dominant all season, simply couldn't contain Philadelphia's explosive attack. Even Andy Reid, usually a mastermind in critical moments, took responsibility. "I didn't coach well enough, and we didn't play well in any phase," he admitted. But it wasn't for lack of effort. The Chiefs fought until the end, as Kelce pointed out, but the deficit was simply too big to overcome. Even with all the disappointment, there's hope. Kelce's words carried a sense of resolve. "This one's going to hurt, but that's what's going to make us better." With leaders like Kelce and Mahomes, the Chiefs have the talent and mentality to bounce back. But they'll need to address key weaknesses, especially on the offensive line and defensive consistency, if they want to reclaim their dominance in 2025. A major question looming over Kansas City is the future of their defense. And one name stands out: Chris Jones. A cornerstone of the team, Jones has been one of the NFL's most dominant defensive linemen. But as time moves forward, the Chiefs must prepare for life after him. Enter Walter Nolen. The 21-year-old defensive prospect from Ole Miss has the speed, power, and technique to be a game-changer. Some analysts believe he's the missing piece Kansas City needs to secure a dominant defense for years to come. If the Chiefs draft Nolen, he could form a terrifying duo alongside Chris Jones before eventually taking over as the team's defensive anchor. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo has a history of maximizing talent, and if Nolen joins the squad, Kansas City's defense could be a nightmare for opposing offenses. After the loss, some fans started pointing fingers at Patrick Mahomes. Was he responsible for the Chiefs' downfall? Let's be real, Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the game. But even the best need protection. And that's where the Chiefs fell short. The Eagles' relentless pressure left Mahomes scrambling all night, forcing rushed decisions and errant throws. Nick Shook from NFL.com pointed out that Mahomes had only 3 standout plays all game. Outside of that, he struggled to find a rhythm. But is it fair to blame him entirely? Absolutely not. Football is a team sport. When your offensive line collapses, even the best QB in the world can't work miracles. The lesson: Kansas City needs to strengthen its offensive line. If they want to return to the Super Bowl, they can't just rely on Mahomes' magic. They need a more balanced team. Another major storyline: could this be the end of Travis Kelce's legendary career? Rumors are swirling that the superstar tight end might call it quits. After all, at 36 years old, his production has started to decline. He finished the season with 823 yards and 3 touchdowns, his lowest output since 2013. But does he really need to keep playing? Kelce has already solidified his legacy as one of the greatest tight ends ever. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, a future Hall of Famer, and financially set for life with a lucrative contract from Amazon for his New Heights podcast. However, there's a twist: Kelce might not be done yet. Reports suggest he's more motivated than ever to return in 2025, aiming to chase another Super Bowl ring and cement his status as the greatest tight end of all time. So, what's next for the Kansas City Chiefs? Can they bounce back and reclaim their dominance? Will they draft Walter Nolen to secure their defensive future? And is Travis Kelce really considering retirement? One thing's for sure: this team thrives on adversity. And if history has taught us anything, It's never a good idea to count out Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. What do you think? Who's to blame for the Super Bowl loss? Should the Chiefs draft Walter Nolan? And do you believe Kelce will retire? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Chiefs and NFL content. See you in the next one.